paper. That was my luck, Sometimes you are lucky in the research also. This is also. Then I generated many ideas from that paper. That paper was the classic paper for me, and it gives me so much, insight, so much thoughts, so much ideas from that paper. Then I started doing my PhD, and then I published a lot of papers. I just read that paper. It was giving the ideas. It was the full of ideas. So you have to focus on these kind of papers, and a lot of papers are available. Survey papers or tutorial papers are these papers, which gives the future directions. These are the areas, open areas, where researchers can focus on. They write it. These are the areas. Then you should focus on those areas. You should not go here and there. You will, you will have brain damage. You will have junk, a lot of things. You should focus on the classic papers, and easy to find, very easy. We will see also the demo here later on. Where do ideas come from? Ideas in most cases come from the deep understanding of a subject and possess of broad knowledge. You have to deeply understand a subject, that what is it, like for example biometric or information security. You have to understand every aspect of this thing, that what is it, and how many courses I should do for it, what should I do for it, what are the related things which I do for it, okay, multidisciplinary knowledge do I require for it, and you should have broad knowledge of the whole field. Then of course you will started generating ideas in the, otherwise you cannot. If you have very narrow knowledge, then you cannot do. Even research is narrow, but the knowledge should be broad. To pursue research, this is the, it's a funnel. Like, funnel, you put water, then it goes down. So when you are broad, and then you become narrow. When you are doing a research problem, then you are narrow, but you should have open and broad knowledge of solving that, problem. Then you can relate the things. And this is not, I just say, it's not technical training, just solving a calculus problem. Just you write a differential equation and start solving, then you will get the solution. It's not, research is not like that. You can be successful or unsuccessful also. And this is about relating them to the real world problems. When we are doing applied research, then we have to relate our problems with the real world solutions, that this problem will give the solution to that thing, and it will overcome these problems, and it will give solution to overcome the problem of, for example, you transmit your data by Bluetooth, right? I am giving you the general example. Do you think it is secure? It is not secure. It is not secure. So you have to relate them how, this is my idea, okay? How can I overcome this problem? Okay? How can I propose a new solution? This is a real world problem everybody is facing. I transmit my data, it is not secure. I can easily hack, I can easily hijack the data of anybody. When I am having the, Bluetooth device on my ear, I am driving a car, but somebody in front of me, somebody, beside me is driving a car, I can hack it. I can listen that what he is talking in the, in the vicinity of that area. So this is a problem, and this is a real solution also. You can propose a real solution. This is just giving the example. There are so many examples. I cannot give you all examples here in just a very short passage of time. And this is all about providing the new insight beyond known. This is research. You have to give new insight, new knowledge, what has not been known by the people. This is about your creativity, of course. A good researcher is a good creative person. Like a good artist is a good creative person. He's a very creative. If artist is creative, then he will be a very good artist. He will become most famous in the world. Picasso, a very creative person, okay? A very good man, very famous. And researcher is also same. He should also be creative in the making the ideas, in generating the ideas, in solving the problems. Then he will become very famous researcher. Every famous researcher is very creative researcher. I'm telling you. Otherwise, he cannot become famous. Otherwise, he is just normal. And very important thing is that to generate idea, observations around you. You see the real problem. I told you the real problem. You did not, maybe sometimes many people have thought, or maybe some people don't. Like I told you this example that you are transmitting your data, it is not secure. This is your problem around you. There are a lot of hundreds of problems around us. So we have to observe the things, and then we should find the solution to that. These are the ideas, ideas are flowing. Like electrons are flowing, like the signals are flowing around us. So ideas are flowing around us, we have to catch them. This is our creativity, okay? And daily life of a researcher, this is very complex. This is for me also, this is for you also, we have to work for 15 or 16 hours, sometimes 18 hours. And we work, every day I come here at 7:30 and then leave office at 7 o'clock and then go back to home and start reading the paper. A very tough life. But this is a very, mesh, this is the life of a researcher. reading, thinking, discussion, simulations, writing, presenting, meeting, so many things. And it's a mesh. You read something, you think it, you discuss with the people, colleagues, and then you simulate it. Then you again read, then you write, then you present, then you read. So this is a mesh. This is a very complex. This is a daily life. It's a very complex life. Means presenting something, discussions, and cope up with the new ideas and come up with the new ideas, and just do the simulations. It's a very, very hectic. I think most of the people are are wasting a lot of time here. Simulation, it becomes sometimes successful or unsuccessful. You know the simulations. Mostly people are using MATLAB. I think mostly people are NS2. They are using for the network research, and some people are using MATLAB for simulation. Some people do simulations in the programming languages like .NET or C++, like this kind of stuff. Generating a research topic is very important. Is your advisor, your research advisor, your supervisor is very important, and the students, your friends around you, are also very important. You discuss with them. Okay, they will give you some some ideas. They will give you some critique, and then you will improve. And of course, the collaborators who are collaborating with you, like for example, I am collaborating with a person who is in South Korea, right? We are doing combined research in some area. Then we critique each other. I propose something, and then he critique. Okay, then he come up with a new idea, then I critique. Then it becomes mature thing. Then we do, and it is important. It is not the negative that I am criticizing somebody's research, that it is not good. But what we are doing is that to improve something. It is very important. You sit together for example, you are a group of students, and then you critique each other's technique. Okay, this is not good. This will not work in this scenario. You should do this thing. Then it will be becoming a mature thing. Brainstorming with colleagues is very important. You sit together and discuss the same thing like I told you here, and brainstorming and discuss something and criticize something. And survey tutorial papers. This is very important. Generating a research topic. As I told you that once I read that paper, I was reading papers for last 5 or 6 months. But once I got that paper, and it gave me everything for my PhD. Even for till now, I am getting so many things. This is, like you say, sawab-e-jariya. I don't know how that paper is sawab-e-jariya for me. So maybe also for many people. I know many people who are doing research on basis of some specific papers. My colleagues, like for example, somebody is doing watermarking, digital watermarking or digital data hiding. There are 2 or 3 papers. If you just take those papers, then they will give you a lot. They will give you a lot of ideas from that, and they will give you a lot of open problems for researchers. If somebody is interested in that, I can also give the papers I have with my database. And tutorial paper also give you the kind of tutorial. Means, for example, you start reading a book. Book will give you a lot of things, related, not related. But tutorial paper will give you most of the things which are related to that field only, right? And listen to research talks. Like there was a professor from Florida Atlantic University. He gave a talk on RFID some days before here. So you should also listen some kind of research talks. Some professors are coming from abroad, and they give a lot of useful talks and this kind of presentations or seminars. You should attend those seminars. It is very important. Like when I was doing PhD, there was a course for us in our PhD that every month there used to be a professor from abroad, from Japan, from Korea, from America, from UK, from different parts of the world, every month. And we have to listen that lecture, and we have to make a report on that and submit at the end of the semester. Then we will get the marks on that, or maybe 1 credit hour for that. So you have to attend those important research talks. Why? Because it will make your communication network with the people. I will tell you one important quality of a researcher, the most important thing. I will tell you later on. So listen research talks. It will give you the research topic also. It will tell you that what is the important thing. It will tell you the open questions to the people to be solved. And it will make your network to the person who is giving that talk. Like somebody came, like a professor came from Florida Atlantic University. He's a very great professor. If you have seen his profile, then he has published a lot of books, a lot of papers. To communicate with him, I know him since maybe 2005. But he does not remember that thing because of some reasons, maybe he forgot. But it's very important to listen the talks of these kind of people who are, some big guns. And teach a course. When you want to learn something, then teach it. then it will improve yourself. Because when you will learn for teaching,